Appreciate you for tuning in to the Theory Expo. If you enjoy the content we're doing, please like and subscribe. And on that note, let's get to it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, man.
Hey, man, it's a lot out there.
Yeah.
It's a lot out there with them dudes right now, man.
Man, it's moving, boy. It's a lot of news out there for the MCU, man. Marvel Studios influx.
Yeah, man. We're gonna talk about how this. We'll start talking about this whole. We had to restructure, but we had to restructure Blade. You know, the Blade issues causes changes to the MCU release schedule, but it's a little bit bigger than that, right? Right. And it makes it interesting because I think you had through our text, you had a couple good points, and I want to make sure I'm not confusing to put words in your mouth, but this may not be ultimately a big negative, right? Mm-hmm. So let's kind of recap what happened during the week. I'm gonna show this right here. So it kind of started a couple weeks ago, where it's like we had the news that just kind of random news that Blade had lost his director, right?
Yeah.
It just kind of came out. This is from the Hollywood Reporter. Came out that Blade had lost his report. I think this is actually dated September 27th, right? Blade had lost his director. He was still, I think, going to stay as like an executive producer. Mm-hmm. But let's just read this off, right? Blade, which has a release date of November 3rd, was gearing up to begin shooting in November in Atlanta. It's unclear if Tariq's departure will impact the production start of the vampire. We'll get to that vampire action thriller, which has Oscar winner Mahershala Ali in the title role, and also cast Delroy Lindo and old actor Aaron Pierre. They tried to explain it, saying, I think this is a Marvel statement. Due to continued shifts in our production schedule, Bassam is no longer moving forward as director of Blade, but will remain as executive producer on the film. Marvel said in a statement, THR, we appreciate Bassam's talent and all the work he's done getting Blade to where it is. So that came out. And I think, Marvel trying to get ahead of it. But then you got the rumors right after that, right? Like, wait, whoa. It's a little bit more than dude just leaving, right?
Yeah.
It was a little bit more than Blade just leaving. It was
the script, right? The script.
Yeah, we had got to the point where I'm going right here, where there was rumors that Mahershala Ali had issues with the direction.
It's getting a little restless, yeah.
Yeah, we started getting news that the script was only like 7 pages or something. It was something short.
Yeah, something.
Like it was a short number. Like it was like they had like two
action scenes.
Two really trash action scenes, not up to standard action scenes, and
very bland.
The script just wasn't where it needed to be.
Right.
So we have this little note right here where they kind of was talking about it. I think this comes from the rec. I'm not going to read through it, but ultimately kind of just going over saying, hey, they're right here, they're kind of talking about Mahershala Ali kind of recommitting to the role. Maybe they're just, again, getting out in front of it. But what we have now is that we knew there have been, and we talked about it on our last show, that this might not come out, right? Like to the point where if you see right here, they had put a hold on production. So they were in pre-production, they were set to go, they were building sets, they had sets built, and they said, whoa, stop. This is MCU. This is probably Kevin, one of all the top honchos saying, yo, y'all stop.
Yeah,
y'all on hold until further notice.
Correct.
Y'all on hold until further notice. Then we get to what we're here to talk about. Then the Marvel schedule got delayed.
Yeah, it was a domino effect, right?
It was a domino effect. One of the things that we were talking about, through text and whatnot, is my thought is, how important is Blade, right? Not saying it's not an important movie that people don't want, but how important is Blade to the overall story that you got to delay everything else so it makes this the release? Like, why couldn't it be the thing that got moved to another
Yeah.
Right. Another time.
Yeah.
Whereas everything else could rock, right? Why does Deadpool have to come out after?
Great question.
Do you see right here? I'm going to read this and we're going to get to talking. Disney has overhauled its film schedule, delaying the releases of Blade, Deadpool 3, Fantastic Four, and other major Marvel properties, which I believe would include the 2 Avengers movies. As part of the shuffle, Blade had moved from November 3rd, 2023 to September 6th, 2024, which created a ripple on the rest of the MCU. Deadpool 3 has relocated from September 6th, 2024 to November 8th. It's only a couple months. 2024, Fantastic Four shifted from November 8th, 2024 to February 14th, 2025. An untitled Marvel film where people, I think, is starting a rumor that's actually Spider-Man 4, but, that's for a later time. So November 7th. Avengers Secret Wars has been delayed from November 7th, from 2025 to May 1st, 2026. And another Marvel film set for May 1st, 2026 is removed from the Disney's calendar altogether, which is probably because it's a phase 7 or 8 or whatever you want to call it, the Mutant Saga movie, right? But I think we go from a point where we had 2 Avengers movies were going to come out in the same year. So now that's not going to happen, right? I don't know how big a deal that was, but felt like something, right? 2 Avengers movies in 1 year. It's not going to happen.
I mean, we got that no, that's never happened before.
Never happened. Yeah, I think Endgame because I think both Endgame and Infinity War, if I'm not mistaken, were both like May movies.
Yeah, they were separated year by year.
It was probably within a 12-month year
because they like
jammed, the same calendar
Captain
year.
Marvel. Yeah, they put Captain Marvel like right in between, right?
And Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah, you're right.
Damn. Yeah, both of them came out.
Yeah, we've never gotten it. That would have been huge too.
Yeah, like a same calendar year they would have dropped.
It's probably better than they didn't though.
Yeah, 100%. And they can. I don't want to say they're trying to spend it, but they can spend it from the visual. Everything. That's a big deal. Visual effects right now, where people are having so many.
Crunch.
So many. Yeah, that's a big thing where they're having issues making timelines and getting pushed to the limit. They could spin this as it's giving them more time. I don't know how really still the same amount of movies and maybe other movies that wouldn't have been able to get that scheduled that because Marvel was had that time. Now they can take that slot, so they might get more work because of it. Who knows? But with all that being said, that was the kind of bombshell because of the Blade issues. Everything else got pushed back, right? And that's everything after Blade. I don't think this impacts anything before Blade, right? They're not talking about pushing the Marvels back, or which they've already done, but pushing that back anymore, pushing Captain America: New World Order back. But they're definitely pushing. Right. This is like the meat of it right here, though. Deadpool 3, Fantastic Four. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like they didn't.
Avengers movie. That's meat right there. They got heavy hitters, bro.
All the heavy hitters. Shit, everything that people have like really been trying to get the most details about. Fantastic Four, both the Avengers movies, and Deadpool all got like everything huge got pushed back. So you wonder, like, man, how in this deck of cards or this house of cards, how important was this Blade card? Like, you pull it out and this happens. Like, everything falls back like this. I'm curious, man. Like, damn. Like, was it because of like a continuity, a story standpoint, a reveal standpoint, a timeline standpoint, a significance in terms of did he discover something that, you know what I mean? I wonder if it's really, or if it's just like logistics, you would say, like just studio stuff, like, behind the scenes stuff where they like, all right, now production got to be moved back. And you made a good point. Yeah. The special effects where they like, you know what? We can't, we got to divert these resources over here because, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's a good point.
But think about this to the original point, right? Has there been, like, think about phase 1 through 3. 4 don't matter because 4 was already chaotic beyond even trying to hate, and it was just chaotic, right? Because of the pandemic,
right?
I think they did have to do things came before and after, and even with the TV show, because to the point, I think WandaVision was supposed to come out right before. You're supposed to finish right before Doctor Strange 2 came out. But I think things like that, right? I think things, I don't have confirmation. I believe that's what was said at the time, but the schedule got changed. I say all that to say, like, what in the, maybe outside of phase 1 going into Avengers, like, but even with that, like, did Thor have to come out before Captain America? You get what I'm saying? Or after? I can't remember. It was Iron Man 1, then it was Iron Man 2, Hulk, Thor, Captain America, then Avengers. I believe that's how it went. But I can't see it within that outside of Iron Man 2, right? But I don't even know if Iron Man 2 needed to come out before Hulk. Hulk could have came out because it was just a post credit, right? Which is a post credit. I can't see because of the Thor post credit that was in Iron Man 2. Yeah, I can see why Iron Man 2 had to come out before Thor. But let's say something happened, they could have moved some things around because it was a post credit. Like, okay, cool. They would probably do some reshoots, but put that post credit in Captain America. Put that, like, it don't seem like, as long as they came out before the Avengers movies. And definitely when we get into like phase 2, I can't think of anything that happened that had to come that was like, we have to make sure that Guardians of the Galaxy comes after Thor or comes before Winter Soldier or however the calendar work. It don't seem like if that, hell, they could have put Ant-Man on after. I guess they could have put Ant-Man on before Ultron, like if they really wanted to, outside of like one line, right? So like, yeah, this seems weird. It just seems weird that not weird, but like it makes me think like, damn, what was this Blade movie really? What is it really about to be about? Like, what are they doing to connect it to? What is that? Is he part of like is he the last part of a team? Like, are we really going Midnight Suns, or are we going Dark Avengers, or what are we doing that's this needs to happen that everything else get pushed back?
That's a good question. Ask yourself, what's the overarching theme? Like, and we're dealing with the threat of timelines, right? We're dealing with the multiverse. When you think of Blade, yeah, you generally don't think of him. You know, I don't think he's not like a Nexus being, or you know what I mean. Like that's a good question. Like,
that's when you get to the threat we get into, right?
We get right. Yeah, Kang and
ultimately we figure Doom,
but right.
But yeah, let's say both. Let's say it's only Kang, right? Let's say like, we have. I know I have my thoughts about doing a Doom and a Kang, where it's like a Kang and a Doom. It was like, hey, Kang should have his own saga. Doom should have their own saga, right? They shouldn't be sharing a saga. But that's a whole other point. What does Blade got going on when you look at we saw Blade make an appearance in the Eternals movie, right? He made an appearance in the post credit, right?
Yeah, he did.
Now this was Celestial. Now we getting cosmic. Maybe Blade even still plays a part in that. His connection with Dane Whitman, right? And then was that the Necrosword? I don't know if it was a Necrosword. It might have been a Necrosword. The Necrosword might have been Thor, but that's the sword, right?
Yeah,
that's a big deal.
Didn't the sword have something to do with? Was there some connections to Thor and Gore?
I don't believe so. Eternals and sword. Look that one up. Because Dane Whitman is going to be Black Knight, right? And then that sword was the ebony sword. Ebony sword,
yeah.
Well, because that's one that was the one that could chop off the head of the Celestial too, right? I felt like that was different than the Thor sword, but maybe not. The Ebony Blade allows its bearer to manifest a black armor instantly and makes its master immortal. Long story, the Ebony Blade is the most impressive weapon in the
bro. They got some cosmic ties, bro. That's where the god, like the Venom, the god who like created Venom, the symbiote, right?
Yeah, the symbiote.
They go back to him, right?
Yeah.
So some cosmic,
So maybe that blade wasn't gonna be just like when you walking in, like maybe that's what's telling us, right? Yo, y'all thought this was a street level movie?
Nah, B.
It wasn't gonna be that.
Yeah.
This blade was gonna be doing some things.
And it makes sense because they want to separate this, they want to make this blade the MCU. Everything is the MCU version. The MCU version is always like slightly bigger than even when you see with Daredevil now and Spider, the MCU version of Spider-Man he got his differences. He in space already. He fighting aliens. We went through 5 Spider-Man movies. He fought Venom. Venom was the only alien that he fought. This MCU version already been to space. He already been. He went up against Thanos. So it's not hard to believe that Blade, the MCU version of Blade, would be on some cosmic. And plus, he fighting vampires. Who's to say that vampires are because we don't have any examples of vampires in the MCU, right?
We do not.
We don't have any official examples. So
I think they snuck. I feel like they snuck one in the She-Hulk episode.
I can't take anything in the She-Hulk universe serious.
Yeah, exactly. Facts. That's a fact.
That's like a Gonzo goofy like universe. I mean, I guess though. It is true though. There was one in that episode. Yeah, it was. But whatever.
But then we don't know. We haven't established what that one was.
Right.
Was that a maybe like you say, vampires aren't maybe not be just an Earth thing.
Yeah, it might be like a race of
introduce that from another.
They might be aliens, and Blade might be hunting them down,
and Blade might come back to that, meaning like, yeah, we'll get into that vampire. We get into that vampire stuff afterwards. Right now, like exactly. I already talked to Dane. My first introduction to the MCU was talking to Dane Whitman.
That's true.
Dane Whitman mission is to go get his girl.
That's true. It's true. His girl, yeah, exactly.
His girl ain't here.
Because you got to believe that he needs Dane Whitman for something, right?
Yeah.
But in order for Dane Whitman to come through, he's gonna have to help Dane. Like, all right, look, bro, I'll help you. You know what I mean? I'm equipped, man. I got skills. You know what I mean? I'm practically immortal. I can take a lot of damage or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm equipped to. I can help you with this issue. I tell you what, man. We'll get your girl back from the Eternals and the Celestials or whatever. Like, we'll figure out a way to infiltrate and get your woman back. So that's a good point. Yeah, he and if I can even give you an example, look at Spider-Man. Spider-Man was in Germany, man, helping out Tony. Left the neighborhood behind. Left the prom or the prom and all that. He did that afterwards.
Yeah.
Took the girl to prom, had to deal with Al. He did all that. No Way Home. After Homecoming was after he fighting Avengers first. So you got to think that's huge, bro. He was involved in a Avengers Civil War before he even went to Homecoming. So yeah, it's not hard. Yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility, man. That Blade is going to be fighting Celestials and doing cosmic work before he get back to this vampire hunt. Or whatever he's going to do with the Midnight Suns.
This might be a more advanced type of Blade, right? And then we ain't even really, I don't even think we actually even, like, what, we hear the things about what does that schedule mean change, or like even with empty slots that were in the timeline, right? Remember when they originally showed us, hey, this is the MCU kind of release schedule, and we had those empty spots.
Yeah.
I don't see no one, including us, and I'm about to hopefully be the first one to say it. I don't even remember anyone saying about that Dark Knight show, because remember, Dane Whitman's supposed to get a show. That's what I felt that was supposed to be.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard something like that. Yeah. Jon Snow. He was supposed to get
he's supposed to get a show.
Oh boy, he was supposed to get a show.
So like, why wouldn't that play a factor in either the before Blade come out? Like, you know what? Because let me take a step back. I think one of the things you brought up that this might be a good thing for the MCU because this allows them like to. This may be a thing of, and I've seen that a lot where this might be a thing of them just reeling this back in a little bit, right? Right. They had a time to test to see how things work.
Yeah, they've had to have time to assess the feedback from Phase 4, right?
Yeah.
Especially considering we just saw that Armor Wars went from being it's the first time I think this has happened, right?
Yeah.
Armor Wars was a MCU, Disney Plus show. Now it's a movie. That's the first time this has happened.
Yeah.
Either way, this is the first time.
Yeah, we never seen one being one or the
exactly. Yeah. We never seen one switch to the other one. Now they've again. I use the word pivot because I think this is a pivot because we're starting to see some changes. And remember that news came out before this Blade news. This follows the Armor War news that they like. You know what? We're just gonna make this a movie. I gotta believe. You had 3 straight shows that had a lot of negative feedback. Not saying that they're like being knee-jerk reaction, and not saying that it was the flood of negative reviews and all that and feedback they were getting is that bad to where they would make this pivot. But I gotta believe that plays some type of part in them saying, all right, maybe we need to not make everything a Disney Plus show. Maybe we need more. And I don't think Blade is going to be a Disney Plus show or anything or I don't think it's going to change. But I think they are like, all right, maybe we need to rethink this schedule. Maybe this is an opportunity, man. Here's another, before they put this thing out to fail, like they did like with a Black Widow. Like imagine had they did this with Black Widow, where they like, you know what? Let's scrap this script. You know what I mean? Where they like,
yeah.
Who's under the mask? Wait a minute. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Taskmaster is his daughter?
Yeah, Dreykov's daughter.
Let's do something better than that. Just scrap the. Just imagine. Think about them taking. If had they just scrapped Black Widow before they went into production. Would Phase 4 be any worse? You know what I mean? Had they pushed it back or just did something else, maybe made it a show, maybe just did something or just didn't do it at all. Like this is what I mean is the point I'm making is I think this is an opportunity I think they're catching this before it comes before they use any more resources for that and they dump any more money into it for something that's probably just not going to be as successful as they want it to be. I think they're just like, you know what? Let's go ahead and stop it here. Let's stop here and push it back. And let's put some more work into it. Let's put some more development into it. And that could be anything, man. They might still pull Mahershala out, put him in a show or something. Maybe he's in the second season of Moon Knight. Maybe, you know, they could still use him.
Give him a better rollout.
Yeah, give him a better rollout instead of putting him in this movie that's probably going to fail.
It was doomed to fail.
It was doomed to fail. You had 2 lackluster.
And I think that's what it sounds like that's what they're telling us.
Yeah, I feel like that's what they're telling us. And they like, and maybe we should just push everything back. You know, maybe we need to look at what we're doing here because there's got to be a pivot after. I mean, you got the Phase 4 before Black Panther get out, and who knows what this says about Black Panther? Because I'm already we talked about it last week. I'm already nervous about this movie.
Nervous.
I'm really nervous now because I'm like, man, why are they doing this, bro? Why are they? Because none of this stuff is in production yet, right? It's in production, but it's in pre-production. None of it is like they don't have to go do reshoots, right? Because they haven't shot anything. So Fantastic Four, Deadpool, and the 2 Avengers movies, I think they just like, all right, before we bring these, let's push them back. Yes, like you said, better rollout, more, better development. Let's not just put these things out to fail. Their current course, their current plan might not be working. So I think it's a pivot, man. I think it's a hard pivot. Hopefully for the better. I'm hoping for the better. Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm nervous about this Black Panther movie, though.
And I think I'm nervous about Black Panther and everything they done already shot.
Yes,
right. Because they shot a lot of stuff. They shot Ant-Man. They shot Guardians of the Galaxy. They shot the Marvels. Right. I think everything up. If I'm gonna pull up the schedule, I think everything up till Secret Invasion has been shot.
and not to cut you off, but just to make another point. Let's just go off of, again, we can speculate. You could say that we speculate, right? We are speculating. But let's just go off of what we've seen so far. You just said it. They filmed all this stuff, right? Let's go off of the stuff, the decisions that they've allowed directors to make, writers to make. Just right now, all the stuff that they've allowed to be released. Think about, again, if you see what they've released, I think it's cause to worry about what's coming up. It's called, not to be, I don't want to be gloom. I want to make this like gloom and doom.
No, but it's an expectation you have to have too, right?
Yeah.
It's about like it's being real, and it's looking at it from a standpoint of like I'm about to pull this up, where it's like, okay, so we have our Phase 4 movies, right? That they did, right, and then we know how we feel about probably the majority of them that came out. Then we get to and this was everything that they did, right? You know, that we already know. We said we excluded Spider-Man, but if you go Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, Doctor Strange 2, Thor, Love and Thunder, right? Multiverse of Madness and Thor, Love and Thunder. We have Black Panther coming up. So then we go into just the movie side of it. We got Ant-Man and Wasp. Right, we got Secret Invasion that's been filmed and ready to go. We already to the point that I think they already got that film. Guardians of the Galaxy finished filming. They're probably doing all like the post stuff, right? Like
yeah.
Excuse me, and maybe in potential reshoots. We don't. I think they bake that in. I don't really get too nervous about that stuff because they bake it in. I think Echo is already filmed. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know that one, but we know Loki season 2. I think is done, and the Marvels are done. So I think everything up to the Marvels are done. And then now we include the TV shows, WandaVision, Captain America or Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki.
That's what I'm saying.
What If? Because I don't even see What If on the schedule. Well, I think What If, because What If is one of the ones that's coming out in Phase 5. What If? Miss Marvel, Moon Knight. And then She-Hulk, and then when you to the point they got data now.
They got right. There you go.
All that stuff they got data, right? So we got people that hit on everything up until Phase 4, and then you get to Phase 4, and you have to they did a pivot, right? And probably some of that stuff was marching orders. You have to have some Disney Plus material, right? And this was a field that they weren't in, right? They weren't in that. They weren't in that space where they can like, okay, we've been doing TV shows. We got this set up. All the TV shows they had were outsourced, right?
Yeah.
And they weren't even on
ABC, Netflix. Yeah,
they were doing this. Hulu had some stuff. We never had anything.
Yeah, Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah. And they got to the point where they were using different people, right? Different people, different type of directors, bigger directors, right? Hey, we're gonna let you kind of let's try. And it sounds like from a pivot, it's like, okay, we got to get back to the story. The story is Secret Invasion, not Secret Invasion. I'm sorry, Secret Wars, Kang Dynasty. That's the story. So we looking at Blade, we looking at some of this stuff right now. Like, look, that's not leading to the story, right? Because that sounds like what's part of the things that started coming up with and they trying to point that out. That maybe when they went to the director and they might have told him like, man, no, that might have been them like, hey, look.
Yeah. Hey, this is nice and everything, but
this is cool.
We can't.
This ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
This has nothing to do with anything. You didn't even. Yeah, this isn't leading to where we wanted to go.
And he might have, and mind you, he might have been like, "Hey, you let Sam Raimi do his thing,
right?
You let Taika do his thing. You let what's her name in from Eternals? I keep want to say I know it's not there. Zoe Chow. Zoe.
Yeah. You let Chow do her thing. Yeah.
You gotta do her thing, right? You want to do her thing. Why can't I do my thing? Y'all, now this where you gonna draw the line?
He might have. Yeah. He got Edgar Wright. He got the Edgar Wright treatment, the Ant-Man treatment, original Ant-Man director.
Yeah.
Where he was like, bro, I like what you. I don't even know if they said, but I don't know if they liked what he had, but they were like, you know what, bro, this is all right, but this is not MCU.
Yeah, yeah. And this is
you're not going where we need you to go. So.
It's maybe where they're at. That's what you would hope that they're at, right? Because 2 points, like you said, you look at the shows, you look at things that happen. The one thing they're getting praised for, and I haven't watched, they're actually getting praised for this Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of praise.
They're getting praised. I didn't watch it. I got to watch it.
Yeah, it's solid, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Getting praised for that. And they like,
yeah,
this may be the way that they actually need to go with this kind of stuff and put that kind of material out. Like they can do that.
Yes, I agree. That's 55 minutes they didn't waste.
They can do that.
It's pretty damn good.
They may not are doing these other things as well, or need to really like, or really need to figure this part out is what I'm trying to say. Like they haven't really figured out the TV space, right?
Yeah.
But they got information now. That's like, okay, cool. This is what all that we did. What kind of stories really work well? Because there's certain stories that work for TV, right? There's certain story for this, and maybe you like to think they got smart people over there that's figuring this part out. Like, no, this is how you need to. This is how this needs to rock. This is how this needs to work. This is how, and we actually getting back now to that point. When you look at that schedule we just put up, we're not out of the woods,
right?
We're not out of the woods until the next thing they go into. The next thing they got, the next thing hey, yo, we in production, we in Atlanta, right? Like, this is what we got going on. Like, until the next thing, because everything else is shot. So this way that we looking at things now may continue until we see the Marvels, and that's summer 23.
Let's go ahead and share that. You know what I mean? Let's get back to it.
We got Black Panther, right? Which I'm so nervous about.
Yeah.
But then, like you say, that Quantumania, Secret Invasion, like I'm gonna tell you this, like, right, this is where I'm gonna get let down. I got Secret Invasion being MCU Andor. I needed to rock like that.
Damn. I'm with you.
Rock like that because it's the same kind of like energy.
That's a great point. You're right, man. That spy espionage.
I needed to rock like that, bro.
I needed to be on that level, bro. Like, I'm really expecting them not to miss, like, what is it, 6 episodes?
Yeah.
I'm expecting them to hit 6 for 6, man.
I need 6 for 6.
6 for 6.
Remember Jordan first half against Portland?
Yeah.
I need Kevin Feige to walk off on a Comic-Con like doing the shrug. Like, I need him to do the shrug. That's what I need. That's what I'm expecting. I need that energy, right?
I think Secret Invasion gonna be a big hit for him, bro. I really do.
I need. So that's what I'm expecting. Like, I've seen what they're doing. This is Disney Plus and what they're doing with Andor. You should be able to do this with Secret Invasion. This is Disney Plus.
Yeah, they don't raise the bar now with Andor for everybody, for the MCU, Star Wars, all these shows got to be. You got to
the limit. Which you can like. Hey, don't miss me with all that. Well, we got to keep it.
No.
Okay, but some of it you got to do that. You could do it in a way where you're not HBO and everything happening, but you could do it in a way where we get the message of what's coming across. Like, oh no, this is. So I'm expecting that with Secret Invasion, but that's been filmed. So I'm still nervous. It's still under the guise of what they've been doing. That's still under the first pivot. Blade seems like that's starting the second pivot.
Yeah, I think they're making another pivot. Like you said, that data, man. They looking at it. They like, what works, what don't work. You got an entire phase. You got a lot of hits and misses. You know, you did big numbers with Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Thor. Those are obviously the standouts. But they got to be looking at this like, man, we got to figure this TV thing out. Maybe we need to do less TV. She-Hulk come on, man. They got to learn something from She-Hulk. You know, they're going to have to wrangle this shit together, man, because it's
and you could this is one thing I think you could tell with the TV, right? So whatever we think about, I'm not a fan of Love and Thunder, right? But if you like Taika, I know people that thought it was fun. I just didn't think it was funny. It's the same way I feel about She-Hulk. And we can talk about this one day when we start re-ranking shows.
Yeah, they're telling jokes.
After I seen it in, I still got Hawkeye's the worst. I'm gonna be honest with you. But then I got Hawkeye. Oh, Hawkeye was so bad for me, man. As I sit back and think, but
Hawkeye's the worst.
I still got Hawkeye's the worst. I got
the worst TV show.
Worst Marvel TV show. I got that as the worst. We could do a rank. You know, we'll get into that.
We'll do a rank. Yeah.
But as I then I think I'm probably clipping.
I might give that one to you though. And my bad. I didn't mean that.
I think. Okay, let's just real quick.
My bad.
Real quick on my thought about that.
No, go ahead.
She-Hulk was the show it wanted to be.
That's true, man.
And the character's
better
than it wanted to be. Yeah. The character was like
he shared his show with another character.
It wasn't the show it wanted to be. Like, are we not?
I have to get that one to you. That's a good point.
We're talking about Ronin, but we really doing this. Everything it was. She-Hulk was the show.
I wanted to put She-Hulk. You got me, man. I wanted to put She-Hulk at the bottom so bad, but you make a great point, man. She-Hulk was the show that it wanted to be, even though it sucked. And I'm gonna throw away the show. Like you said, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw the show away.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw the writers away. Gotta keep She-Hulk though, bro. She-Hulk. That's a great. At the end of the day, that's going to be a good character, man. Under better writers, you team her up with other superheroes. She
gonna show up and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be lit, bro. She gonna.
I ain't gonna even front. She gonna show up. She dope.
When she get unleashed, man. When she really get unleashed,
yeah, she dope, man.
Yeah, I like her.
I like her.
Yeah. I like her. Maslany did a good job,
her,
man.
I like her.
Maslany
I do like
did a good
her.
Job. Yeah.
I like her, man.
That's gonna be a good character.
Up, it's gonna be one of them things where it's like, the distance you get from it, that the her of it, you're gonna be like, oh no, she did her thing. She did her thing. But that's only I feel like, and if using that, we're gonna redo a list.
Yeah, we're gonna do the list.
Get back
to your point though. My bad. Get back. Yeah.
But my point, I don't really think that through the shows, I don't think really outside of Wanda, right? I think Wanda was as good as it possibly could be. And we talked about that last week. And I don't really want to rehash the conversation, but it was as good as I think they really tried with Wanda. I don't think any other shows put their best foot forward. I think it was just attempts, put your foot in the water, or test it, whatever the term is about testing the terrain or testing it out. But it wasn't like, oh, we treating this as like an elite level property.
Well, I'll do you one. Not to do you one better, but I'll tell you exactly why you're right on this one. Wasn't Wanda the only one that led to an actual movie? Like, Wanda had to be on this shit, right? Like, it led to one of their big movies, a tentpole, right?
Yeah.
Like this was Doctor Strange. This was being heralded as like Avengers level. I think it's the only show that led directly to a movie, right? Other than like you could say Miss Marvel do.
And didn't they change the directors?
They did.
They probably that's probably a thing. I have to think back like, no, we doing this, bro. Wanda gonna be in that.
Yeah.
And we gonna do it like this. And he was like,
hey,
hold on, y'all making me?
It was a bridge too far. They were like, I think that's it for you, my guy. Yeah.
And that might have been the pivot.
That was a pivot.
Because they probably walked in, like Kevin looked at all the stuff like, man, we got 10 shows. I don't know how many it's been. It's probably been about 10.
I feel like
we got 10 shows, 4, 5 movies, 6 of them probably. I have to look back like, hey man, I'm gonna have to let some people do. I can't, right? And I don't even know if we put so much into once we knew we were doing the Infinity Saga that I don't even know if we have the idea yet, right? We needed to finish that. Maybe we probably thinking back, they probably like, I wish we could have when it was 2016, we were mapping out what 2022 was going to be, but we needed to stick the landing on this. We put everything we had into this.
They did, yeah.
We put everything we had into this. And then for this one, it's like, okay, now we got, not only do we have the movie angle, we got the Disney Plus angle, right? We have to put material on Disney Plus like that. We all got bosses. We have directors, so we have to put material on here. and they you know, so now they have to like figure it out. Wanda hit. Okay, cool. Yo, Wanda's in that for real. Wanda's just not showing up in that now. Like people like Wanda. Right?
Yeah. People
like Wanda. So she's just not gonna be sitting on the sideline no more. Right? She's not gonna be just one of the ones and proper. No, people love Wanda. Dude, make that happen.
Right? Yeah. Get Wanda face out there.
Make that happen, right? So we gonna really make this. We're not changing the schedule and the name of the movie, but this Wanda movie. Director probably was like, "Oh wait, what? Huh?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go and get Raimi can do this.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Raimi.
I'm gonna get Raimi to do this.
Raimi a name too. You know what?
We're gonna get Raimi to do this. We're gonna try.
What were you directing before this? Oh, Hellraiser. Yeah, bro. See your way out, please.
Yeah. No, we're gonna get Raimi. We're gonna get Raimi.
Leave the iPad there.
Yeah. See that non-disclosure agreement?
You had all the scripts on there. Okay, yeah. Leave it. Thanks. Yeah, I'm about it there, man. You're right, bro. Yeah, they was like, yeah, we're gonna get Raimi to stick this landed, bro. Come on.
And you gotta try. Look, I'm not gonna be the dump on MCU guy, meaning like I think they probably is a thing they had to do. Meaning like we had to try this shit out.
Yeah, no, they had to they had to
in that way. Yeah, but maybe they see something like Werewolf by was it Moon Knight Midnight? Werewolf by Night?
By night, yeah.
Werewolf by Night and be like, yeah, we might if we want to roll out characters, we probably need to do it that way because this is where our wheelhouse is.
One shots, right?
We probably not. And think about somebody brought this up today, and I wish I could remember who said it. They use that one shot theology. I always liked those that was in the Blu-ray and the DVD. Them joints. The Agent Carter one, the Sheila one, the Trevor Slattery one when he showed up in the which one was that? And they showed the 10 Rings again. Like no, 10 Rings
that was the huge one. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
I forget which DVD. Well, that might have been like Dark World or something.
Yeah,
I always liked those. Right, like
they had the one with Thor where he was like, "What was Thor doing?"
Team Thor and all that.
Yeah.
So it was like, hell, Agent Carter got a show off of those because that one was dope. Like, oh, y'all show gonna be that? I ain't even. She had. Well, we doing that?
It's canon, right? Too right. We confirmed that. Yeah, right. Never mind.
We don't even know what's
but you're right
about in that. And then the Butler dude showed up in Endgame.
Man, you're right. But that shit, you're right. That shit was dope.
But those were dope, and it's like, this Werewolf by Night sound like it's a full length one shot.
It was well done, man.
Like, could have did that with Ms. Marvel. Could have did that with
that's a good
Moon Knight. Oh, dear God.
That's a good point.
She-Hulk could have been a one shot. Yes. Then you could have your money right to do. You already got the dope actress. You can get better right, and you filming it like a movie.
55 minutes and just all this, especially She-Hulk. All the stuff they did in this season, you could have stopped in 55 minutes. She's a lawyer, her dating life, cousin Bruce, whatever. You know what I mean? And it would have, that's a great point, man. That's a great point. Could these have been one shots? Damn, the Hawkeye could have been a one shot. Christmas
should have been a one shot.
That's Home Alone, bro. Bro, Christmas. He trying to get home for Christmas.
Because you could tell, like, with those shows outside of WandaVision, and I know I clapped at Wanda last week. Outside of WandaVision, everything else they put out was just stretched out versions of a story they was trying to tell. Right? Yeah. Just stretched out versions like of a story. And it was like, okay, like you say, we ain't gonna talk about but She-Hulk had 8 dates. Why couldn't you could told everything, all her energy could have been in one.
That could have been
in that one shot. And you could have used your little money so you can have her actually maybe fight. Actually, maybe do something.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, she actually have a threat.
She would have been She-Hulk the entire one shot.
Actually have a threat. Even if you want to use that, ultimately her threat is Abomination. But my point is, they getting for all the things. This is not only the first thing I'm seeing them getting love for since like for real WandaVision. I told you last night I ain't watching that shit. Now I have to watch. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Yeah, I watched it last night.
Yeah, I'm like, oh damn, it's like, and then now you get to the point where they're saying like, oh no, should MCU do these kind of things? And getting this information that they have, like with this, what they're putting on the plus, unless y'all know how y'all gonna hire, get these different kind of writers to put different, and knowing what characters you need to do to put on the show. Because you got to have a charismatic type of character that's probably not their own charisma can carry it, and they're not so reliant on different tropes to make the thing work, right? Like if you don't have your tried and true tropes, okay, how can we really do this? So we got to keep everybody's attention, and we got to, like again, Wanda, going back to Wanda. And I dumped on it last week. I'm like, well, what if it came out now, how we would feel about it? But the storytelling they were doing in that and the underlying thing worked, especially at that time. It definitely worked. Like this was a person that through all the, and now mind you, they had 4 movies of her to add these things on that built into the story. So it wasn't a story they were building from scratch. She lost vision. We all saw that, right? She lost her brother. We all saw that. Now she got blipped for 5 years, came back. From the moment when that happened, she had just lost vision.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like she had 5 years to grieve. Nah. She just lost him.
She had to come back, fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Go see his body.
Yeah. Then go.
It was like a week. Body. So but we had all that before Westview. We didn't just walk into Westview. We had all that. Everything else, everything else we kind of just walked into, and it was like,
who are you?
And they didn't do a good job of telling what their story was.
That's a great.
So if you can't, sometimes you gotta know what you're good at. And if this kind of stuff, a werewolf that y'all just did, if that's what y'all did,
and the thing about, my bad to cut you off, but the one thing about the werewolf movie, just real quick. It's a very much lived in like universe. It's already like a lived in character, I should say. You don't get his origin in this movie.
Yeah.
He's already been the werewolf. You know what I mean? It's kind of like he just hints at what his origin is. He hints at like, all right, like full moon. I mean, hey, you know what I mean? He kind of like warning people, like, hey man, hey, But you'll see. When you watch it, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but you'll see. Yeah, man. Yeah, they need to consider this, especially for a season 2, right? Like a follow up. Like you don't even really need season 2 for these characters, right?
Not near one of them.
Just give me a one shot follow up.
Yeah.
What is Jennifer doing? Oh, she got this case, and you know what I mean, and her and Matt thinking about going. Making it official, man. They thinking about getting engaged. Whatever they gonna be at that point going into a next season. How about instead of a full another 6 or 8 episodes, you give me a 55-minute one-shot follow-up of where these people are. Where's the girl, the other Hawkeye girl? Where is she at? She on some case in New York? Because we already, like you said, with Wanda, we had all that pre-development, right? We had all that context and all that story leading up to why she was hurt, why she going through this trauma, how she could do something like Westview. How could she do something like that? We know, we got everything. Where as opposed to Moon Knight, where we just kind of were like, okay, you got the ID,
when they failed, they should have made that one slap.
They did not stick the landing on that.
Because that one had a built-in thing that probably could have been like, okay, this is the underlying storytelling we really try to get to. Never felt that it really hit. It just didn't do it.
Yeah, but just give me a follow-up. I don't need another season.
Yeah, I don't think they've done anything that should lead to a second season. Right, like nothing that they did,
with the exception of maybe like Loki, because they left it on such a cliffhanger.
Yeah. What they did, but it was like, I totally agree for what they did, but like, why didn't that lead into like, why didn't that have nothing to do with Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Like, why didn't none of that? Like, I feel like a movie should happen. Why do I gotta have 2 seasons so I know what happens in Kang and the Kang Dynasty, right? Like we in a multiverse. Like Loki's thing should have led to one of those. Oh damn! Did I lose my thing? Loki situation should have led to directly to a movie.
Yeah, and then it didn't even it didn't lead to the Ant-Man movie that has Kang in it. It didn't lead to the Doctor Strange movie that had multiverse in it. And it has nothing to do with the Thor movie. Nothing to, even though it's Loki, it has nothing to do with his brother. Nothing to do with Thor, nothing to do with Asgard. Nobody. So it's like it didn't lead to any of those 3 movies. Even though those movies came out, it's just nothing. It's just like, no, just wait for season 2. And it's like,
I'm wondering, like, maybe they should. And then there's the part like, what is the purpose of the show other than just having content on Disney Plus, right? The best things about MCU is how they introduce a character when it's popping, when it's hot. How they introduce a character, right? How we get a Wanda, how we get a Hawkeye, how we get a Black Widow, how we get the people that we get, not the big 3, right? But how we go to Black Panther and then we get to Dora Milaje. So then now you have a Dora Milaje show that then you come back with the Wakanda Forever 2, or you have a Wakanda show, right? Not just saying like, oh, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna not have anything about these people, but then we're gonna have a Ms. Marvel show. Full disclosure, love the show, but maybe they should probably had did the Captain America movie. I'm sorry, Captain Marvel movie. Then she get a show.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, like okay, I went to the movies and I saw her. Right. Okay, you have a show now. You get to follow her and then her adventure as a follow-up. Like you see the interest in that character, or again, Wanda, using that example, right? You introduce somebody like if what makes me want to see She-Hulk, right? It makes me want to see She-Hulk. Maybe if she was in something, and then you have a basis on like a better basis on, what her show gonna be about once you bring her back. That's why we have all the interest that we have in the Daredevil, and that's why people are sitting there like, hey man, they should bring Jessica Jones. Hey man, we seen them already.
Yeah, we
not waiting for a built-in audience. Bring them in.
That's true.
To watch. Now, remember that. Let's circle back to when they was introducing all them in Netflix. It's like, hey man, what am I getting into? Now you got the Man Without Fear, but a lot of them, you had the Man Without Fear. People was gonna love Daredevil. It's the Man Without Fear, right? But like some of them other characters, like, what am I getting into?
Iron Fist and Luke Cage, yeah.
Like, what am I getting into? Are they gonna be Heroes for Hire? Like, that's what I'm like. Is it Heroes for Hire? Is it? What are we doing? Right? What are we doing with them? But like, you have the opportunities looking at it like, okay, we dropping these movies. Some of these people are going to be in the movies, and then they're going to get a show, right? If Nova show up in Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Rather than just rolling them out on the regular Disney Plus, even if you go into the one shot, right? He done showed up. You say, speaking of Nova,
yeah. Speaking of Nova, whew. We got some Nova news, right?
Got some Nova news. That's a good segue.
That's a good segue. Because I've been waiting on this one.
So yeah,
I'm waiting on his project. I'm hoping it's a movie, but it could be a show too. Because Novas. So okay. Whoa. Okay. You know what? I didn't see that when you originally pulled the article up. So here we go. We literally talked about this just now. This is a special presentation like Werewolf by Night. This is great news. It's a special presentation. By the way, wait till you see the intro for special presentation. They got to do an intro.
Oh man,
Yeah, my bad. I spoiled it.
No, you did. I want to watch. Like,
wait till you see the special. How they do the special presentation. I don't want to hype it too much, but it's dope. You can just tell it's different. It's different. This is a good thing, man. That's what I want to see. We just talked about it. Why this works. This a special presentation, Nova Project. We come in. We already know that there's a what they call it, the Supreme Intelligence. And we got the Nova Corps.
Yeah.
We know they exist. We seen them put in work in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. But now you got this cat right here, Nova, who I'm assuming his origin is already going to be in place. Like, he's already going to be Nova, you know what I mean? Because the way they do the special presentation with Werewolf by Night, the guy was already the wolf. This is dope, man. This is dope. Though. It's gonna look good because they didn't make it into a show where it's 6 episodes. They didn't blow their budget on that. They probably used their budget on this. What I'm assuming is gonna be like 55 minutes, maybe an hour, maybe
they say.
It's a special presentation, man. It's a good way. A universe that we gonna be familiar with. I'm hoping. I haven't read the article yet, but hoping James Gunn got something to do with it. Maybe not, but this should be dope, man. This should be dope. It's a good way to introduce Nova. I didn't see special presentation when we first brought it up.
Hey, man, let me read this real quick. Hey, man, some people taking our energy, man. We early. Hey, so this is coming from CBR, right?
Yeah.
But it was like Marvel Studios' Nova Project will be a Disney Plus special presentation, a new report claims. Cosmic Circus cite sources closer to production who allege that Nova will use the same Marvel Studios special presentation format as Werewolf by Night and the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Projects released under this banner tell more self-contained stories than other installments in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Will have runtimes closer to a long TV episode than a full-fledged movie. I'm gonna scroll down to the part where says that said, speculation that Nova won't be a movie or TV show tracks with previous insider buzz surrounding the Marvel Studio special presentations format. Studio execs are reportedly so impressed with how Werewolf by Night were received that they're weighing up whether to rework some of the MCU shows currently in development into specials instead. Which shows are supposedly in line for retooling isn't clear, although at least some of them are apparently titles that have already been announced publicly. We just said that.
We just literally said that.
I think that's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
I think that's a great idea. I kind of wish they do that with us, Secret Invasion, to be quite honest.
Yeah, exactly. Even though I think it's a little because
I'm nervous.
Yeah, it's a lot of layers to Secret Invasion. I think you do need more than you need one or more episode. One episode.
Want a world build a little bit.
But for characters, like we said, this is great because we don't have to sit through this origin. We don't have to really worry about them bungling the origin because they're not. His origin is always going to be in place. We're just seeing a special presentation. We're gonna see Nova probably go on a mission. We're gonna recognize it's a universe that we recognize. So we not. This should be. I think it's gonna be dope, man. And with these special presentations, I'm hoping. It seems like they kind of. I want to say they kind of go away from their normal by the numbers, paint by the numbers, the way they do. You know what I mean? Like the
template.
The template. Yeah, they kind of stray away from the template because Werewolf by Night was like in black and white. Music was dope. It looked different. It looked like something different, man. So I'm hoping Nova be like that.
Use a budget that you would have used for the show, bro, but put it into ships. That one thing.
Yes, give me my ships. Give me the intelligence. Give me Nova Corps ships, wars, explosions.
So it's like Nova. I'm gonna be mad if I don't see Nova in Marvels. If they really going to do that, like if they even touch that, let them show up. So like then you drop the special presentation, I'm like, oh shit, that was Nova. Let me go ahead and check him out, right? Let me go ahead and check him out in that and just and move on.
And you gotta think that he gonna get the torch, right? Because they're not just because this is more than likely the last This is the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie. We talked about this.
Yeah.
Somebody got to take this the torch though for the cosmic side, other than just Captain Marvel. She got her side, but for this part of space, for the Nova Corps and dealing with these issues and that part of the space or whatever, the galaxy, this gonna be the guy, man. This gonna be the guy interacting with these cosmic villains. Because I don't even think he's from Earth, is he?
Nah, he from I thought he was from Xandar.
Yeah, I think he's from Xandar.
And they using the young one too. They using my guy.
Yeah, I'm getting
what's my guy's name? What's my guy's name? They're not using the older guy. They're using
yeah. Are they using the kid?
They're using the kid.
Okay, yeah, still should be dope though.
Oh, they say news first broke that they was working on having Ryan Gosling.
That's not gonna happen.
Richard Rider.
That's I couldn't think of that. Yeah, Richard
Rider. Is Rider the older one?
Rider the older one.
But I'm just kind of hearing that you might be using the younger ones. So that's probably why it wouldn't be Ryan Gosling. Ryan trying to get that Ghost Rider. That's what I'm saying. Like Ghost Rider, special presentation.
Man,
get what I'm saying? Don't play with me.
That's all.
Don't play with me. Don't play with me. We don't need to see how he became.
Yes,
and making the deal with the devil.
And I like what they said about like it's more like into a long television episode, right? Like,
yeah,
we really, to be honest, man, these are the points of the season we trying to get to anyway. Whether you want to put this in the first episode or the 6th episode or the 8th episode, you want to put it at the beginning, the middle, or the end. These are the episodes that we looking forward to, the build-up episodes that fit. When you see that, when you hit that play button and you see that 55-minute, you like, oh, because unless you really looking it up, we don't be knowing the times, right? Like we don't be knowing the times. But when you see that 55-minute, you be like, oh shit. Like when you saw Andor this week, you saw that 55 minutes, you was like, oh, okay. Oh
yeah.
WandaVision. When you saw that 55-minute, like,
yeah, when it went from 30s to 50s,
ooh, this about to be
get something today.
Mandalorian. When you saw that 55-minute, like, okay, that's the one. This is what we're trying to get to anyway. I love it. Cut to the chase, man. Just instead of having me sit through 4 build-up episodes for Nova in a Nova TV show, just give me his 2-part, his season finale all in one. Just give me that 55-minute episode right there, man.
My bad. Went to the next one too early.
See if I can pull up this. I thought I had that.
Yeah, that damn Werewolf by Night making so much noise in a good way that now I'm looking forward to these kind of releases, and I think most of the characters
short and sweet
should come out that way.
Short and sweet.
It's only a couple of them that can carry like you think about it. It's one thing to make a TV show, then it's like carry it. You got to try to keep my attention for TV shows for weeks. And if it wasn't for like MCU and wanting to talk about things that we want to talk about, some of these things would have got like, I'm cool, I'm all right. Whereas like I fell off on House of Dragon, definitely didn't fall off on that.
No.
On the Rings of Fire show. And I was okay.
Yeah, I dissed that last week I meant to tell you, man, go ahead and watch it. You know what I mean? I'm saying just to formulate your own opinion on it.
Yeah. But I kind of like myself.
I wrote it off. I fell off too though. I just stopped.
I may need to get back.
I literally fell asleep through one of the episodes. That's why I was kind of like, but
like you talking about that now. There's another side of that 55 or buck 20 or buck 02. Like
I think they just dropped one. They season finale was like a buck 20.
Man, because they had like them couple ones. It was like a buck 05, and I'm like, man, I'm barely holding on right now, bruh. I'm holding on, so it's like, like, so I have to sit through. You telling me because then it's the commitment, right? It's like, yo, they already told me that one was going to be 5 seasons. I got 5. I feel like I'm already out. Like I ain't got me for no 5 years.
I got out of there. Yeah, I was like, I was out after like the 4th episode, and I was like, man, this is tough, man.
I gotta go 5 years and to like really stay involved with this. Like I ain't gonna make it. So like if it wasn't just for the fact that it was the MCU, some of these things I just would have bailed. I just would have bailed. Most of them I would have. I'll be honest with you, I would have bailed. You give me that. You give me that. Because everybody can't carry a TV show. Like, let's not act like TV's different now. TV is so good when it's good that it's like oh, you know, we got big movies and then we got the little TV. Like, no, people could like, no, it's not that anymore, right? So if you're gonna put it out there, put your best foot forward. And if you don't have a character that can do that, you got to rethink about what are you trying to do? You got to have somebody who can. You got to have the writing and the show who can carry my attention for 6 episodes, 10 episodes, 12 episodes. Hopefully they're paying attention to that, man. Even though, like, even with the stuff like they get good numbers. That don't mean the quality good, right?
Yeah, that just mean that that's just the MCU.
That's your brand that got
that's reputation. That's brand carrying. That's people. You got the YouTubers, they hate watching it. You got the people that just feel like they like us. I mean, who can't? I don't want to miss nothing from them. I don't want to be like I learned that from Ms. Marvel. I was like, when you was coming in talking about Ms. Marvel, I'm sitting there like,
especially at the end,
and you like, hey man, they played the music. I'm sitting there like, damn. You know, I'm like, I had to go back in there and rewatch the entire show. I'm like,
and that was literally the thing. That was literally the thing. Like, you nothing else.
Can't skip over nothing MCU no more. Like, you know, they just drop little nuggets in there. You know,
that was like the thing to watch. They're like, oh, okay, they gave me that.
And they did it with She-Hulk. They did it with She-Hulk. Like, I know we ain't gonna talk about it, but this last episode, I'm like, damn, Cigar. He come back with a son. My bad. Spoilers. Yeah. He come back with a son. Man, there's like
when she was talking to Kevin, some things got snuck in.
She's talking to Kevin. I'm like, damn. I'm like, all right, because again, I'm throwing it out. Like, I'm throwing the writers out. I'm not.
Yeah, they didn't do a good job.
I'm gonna forget the season.
Yeah, they didn't do a good job.
I'm keeping some stuff though. Hey man, Hulk got a son, man.
Hey. And with a fade, so he was edged up. He was clean.
He had me on Hulk like. No, you gotta do that.
They got the barber. I seen a meme where it was like they were showing about the haircut, but it was really Stan Lee. Yeah, had a meme about that. Like, this where he got his haircut.
Yeah. But I think I'm leaving something out though. It was something else. I
don't know. When she was talking to Kevin, it was that moment. I was like, oh yeah, she thanked her.
Yeah,
it was when she was talking to Kevin. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm officially a fan.
Yeah,
but
yeah. But no, I bring that up just to say.
But there are things in there that you don't want to miss.
Right. You can't really like. They make it hard for you, right? Because you like, man, I'm done with this, you know. And then 3 weeks later, they pop up. Hey, did you see this? And then you like, damn, I don't miss something, you know.
And it's always a risk you run. I know it was a couple of those episodes, and it was a couple of things. I did it with I think I did it with Ms. Marvel because I think I learned my lesson from Hawkeye. And maybe even a little bit of Moon Knight, where I just open the iPad and I just scroll through, right? See like something pop up that I need to, like, I pull the show up on the iPads, do the scroll situation, and see like what could possibly did this need my attention now? Or do I need to see it today? Wait tomorrow? Am I worried about getting spoiled? And I just say, okay, cool. So like Secret Invasion, I'm gonna have to be on top, because if I log into YouTube when Secret Invasion come out, I'm already done. And that's a don't spoil it for me kind of show.
I'm feeling that, yeah. Normally, I don't care about spoilers. I get stuff spoiled for me all the time. To me, it's about the experience.
Yeah,
just watch it. But yeah, don't tell me about Secret Invasion.
Yeah,
because it's so predicated on that, right? Like, bro, I kind of really need you to, you know what I mean? Because I kind of want to see who. I want that feeling of like when the face change and you like, oh, you was a scroll. I want to keep that that moment sacred.
Yeah,
so
when Fury look at Rhodey and be like, how well do you know your security?
Because we talked about that, right? Because our theory on that, I think we kind of shared a theory on that is I think he gonna be like, I know everything about my security, bro. he a scroll, you know what I mean? Like, I think he gonna he gonna act surprised, like, what y'all doing? And then he gonna be like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's gonna be that's the moment I see in my head. Like Rhodey, that's how Rhodey get revealed. I think they put it in the trailer for a reason. You know what I mean?
But to the point of this, I think with all that just happened and then we just heard about, I think seeing that Nova's going to be based on like the World by Night and the feedback that's getting, that Nova's going to is more than likely going to be that. Seeing that they're going to like push back, they didn't just drop Blade. They say they're going to push it back and we going to get this right. Like, okay, look, we going to get this right.
Yeah.
Looking that they might do other shows in this kind of format, right? Like, so that's like, okay, this is what I like to hear, but I'm not changing my expectation. I'm not raising my expectation, raising my belief that it's all fixed today, because I know there were other projects filmed before they got to this point. We may not see them. We may not see the effect of this until like this time next year.
Yes.
Right.
That's a good question. That's my. I'll ask you. That
Echo need to be this.
That's what I'll. Damn, did I lose you?
No, I can't.
No, that's my question for you. When do we see this? What's the movie? What's the project that you be like? You be like, damn, that's the one. You be like, this is
okay.
I see the residual now. You know what I mean? Like where we see that, like, okay. Ooh.
Okay, hold on. Let me look at this again. Let me go to real quick. Let me go to this real quick. Okay. Which one do I see it be?
Because did they film Daredevil yet?
They haven't filmed Daredevil yet.
Did they film? They ain't filmed Ironheart yet.
They haven't filmed Ironheart.
Just remember, stop at Blade. Everything before Blade is done. Because Blade was supposed to be getting done right now.
Blade supposed to come out. Yeah,
I'm
Blade was
assuming
supposed to start filming next month.
Yeah,
about a week from now, a couple weeks from now, it's supposed to start for real filming. Blade was supposed to come out. They better make Agatha a damn one shot.
It gotta be, bro.
It gotta be a one shot. It might be. It might be what it need to be if it's a one shot. Don't make that a series. Make that a one shot.
Nah, bro. You can give us everything we need. Everything we need to know about Agatha and the Covens and all that, and what's she up to, or that might be a prequel series. I don't know. Whatever they trying to tell, bro. You can do that one shot, bro.
They sound like what Blade. So Blade was supposed to come out like right around Ironheart, right? So I think the easiest one to say is Ironheart, right? Yeah. Ironheart. Hey, Kevin, make Ironheart a one shot. I know you're not. Make that a one shot.
Damn,
that'd be lit.
You think Ironheart should?
I think Ironheart should be a one shot.
You know why? Because you already given me your origin story and
giving it to me in Wakanda.
I don't really need 6 episodes of Ironheart.
Give me a one
Just
shot.
give me a dope mission, and then you can bring her back. She can come back in another maybe the Avengers.
Yeah.
She can come back. I don't need 6 episodes.
She can show up in Captain. She can show up in a New World Order.
Yeah.
She can show up in Thunderbolts. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we don't get the Thunderbolt to the minute.
And she's showing up in Armor Wars.
She's showing up in Armor Wars, which is a movie. I need a one shot.
Williams show.
We talked about that because I don't even trust they're gonna do the show right. Like that's gonna really take some maneuvering for them to do that right. And I don't think they're gonna do that right. Give her that one shot. You can have her. We already gonna get her origin. So like she can, you can have her getting guidance. Maybe whoever left from after the end of the Wakanda Forever movie, like getting guidance. She got to go take care of this. She partnered her up with that. We don't one story, not 6 mini stories that lead up to a story that y'all haven't.
Yeah, we got 6 episodes. 2 of them, my bad, but 2 or 3 episodes, she out of the suit completely. I don't need that because you can't afford it.
Use that budget. Use that budget so she can be in the suit.
Yeah, the entire one shot. She just literally take the helmet off every once in a while. She walking around talking. She go on this mission. Give me the one shot, man. You already give me her origin in Wakanda Forever. She in an outreach program more than likely. Go ahead and give me this one shot.
Give me the one shot. And put your energy into that. where you ain't gotta like figure out how to end an episode and begin the next one, and end an episode and begin the next one.
That's a great
act
pick.
1, 2, and 3, all in that.
That's a great pick.
I believe in that. Like honestly, the only thing on here that should still be a TV show is Daredevil. And
Daredevil, Born Again is the only one that warrants 12 episodes.
It's not a TV show. And they doing 18.
Okay, that's right. And that's 18. And you know what? And it's dope because it's a beginning, middle, and end type situation. Like he's not looking for several seasons of this. This is just, hey man, I'm being reintroduced to the MCU. We're not gonna do a movie for me, but we're gonna do a beginning, middle, and end season where you're gonna have a conclusion, and that's gonna be it. And he'll be popping up probably in like Spider-Man's, and I don't know where he gonna land at in the movie, but I don't know if he'll ever be like an Avenger. I mean, he will be because everybody becomes an Avenger eventually. But it's dope, like that he gotta be. I think he's gonna have a beginning, middle, and end. Like it's not gonna be a cliffhanger at the end of this.
I personally think so. To the question, damn, you said ain't gonna be no cliff. Yeah, like
You think so? Because I don't think it is. Because 18 episodes, bro. I think this is like a mini series, bro. I think this is like a mini series for him. Yeah. They just introducing. They'll redo his origin story.
Couple storylines involved.
Yeah. He'll have an arc. You know what I mean? He'll
It ain't just him trying to defeat somebody. There's also the other element, some other different storyline. Because, those were never just the story. There was also layers to the different things. To answer your question, I think the first thing we see, if they really about what they're talking about, is Echo.
Really?
I think.
I'm surprised by that.
This is the one. I don't think they finished filming that.
Okay.
I got to check that out. Yeah. I don't know if they finished filming that, but this would seem like the one. Loki season 2 going to be that's a TV show. Okay, so there we go. I ain't even whatever. But for whatever it's worth, right?
Okay.
Got Secret Invasion.
Yeah, because it is summer 2023. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
We got Loki, and then we got Daredevil, right? From a scripted TV show standpoint, where it's like, if this is gonna be 18 weeks, bruh, well, that's 2024. But if it's gonna be 18 weeks, damn. I mean, how many episodes, how many shows do you need to like? It's only so many with the TV, with the movies and all. I got a big calendar, right? Big calendar to be talking about. We got a movie dropping, and then how long do you have the movie out while you want the movie to get its run, right? 2 month, like a month, 2 month run was like. It's not getting undercut by some other property taking away its shine. So then it's like you look at Echo. All jokes aside, this is the type of show that has presented them a problem, right? Yeah, facts. She showed up, and what's the name? But it present. What is the story you're really trying to tell with her?
Right.
That you can't tell, that you be better suited. Now I ain't saying you don't tell the story, but you're better suited to put that story in a one shot. Right, than to have it being 6 episodes from somebody, with all due respect, who can't talk. So now you got to give me a bunch of member berries within here, or having these supplements, whether it's, like you say, Hawkeye showing back up. Does Kate Bishop show up? Why wouldn't Kate Bishop show up in the show? Right?
Facts.
Why wouldn't she show up in the show? They just dealt with each other. But does Hawkeye come back in this show? Like, we using this to set up him being West Coast Avengers or Great Lakes Avengers leader. Like, what are we doing, right? Or are they gonna just combine everything and make it Young Avengers that he leads? I say all that to say you got to do supplemental things, but if you put her in a contained one-shot situation, yeah, she probably can show up in something else. She can show up in Daredevil, right? She can show up in Daredevil, but she already got established. We made her a super.
Oh, she popping up in Daredevil too. Yeah,
we make her a super badass in the one shot. There's only one other person they got on their roster they can do a TV show right now with, right? That's new, and that would be Yelena. Because Florence Pugh's that dope right now.
Yeah.
And I think she could turn anything into something because she could do comedy. She could
funny.
do this. She could do that. She believable.
Physicality, you know.
Yeah, she could do the physicality,
flips and all that, and you know,
you can have her. So you got to do. If you're gonna do it, you gotta strategically do that right. She could have a show. She can get a Red Room Black Widow show, right before.
And you can get away with the budget too, right? Because
she's not in a suit. Character is. She just need to be in shape.
Yeah, she just you get a stunt. You get a dope stunt woman.
Yeah, that look like
who's gonna carry the bulk. Yeah, who's gonna carry the bulk of the fighting. So I see.
So she can finish. She can finish that little ass suit.
Because that's what they're gonna do with. I think with Echo, they looking at it like we can get away with this. Because
this ain't gonna run the budget.
Yeah, this ain't gonna
run the budget. But come on, like.
But you are gonna have to bring in heroes to carry her. You know what I mean?
So
like
we talked about the budget. You got to bring in Charlie.
Yeah, that's where the budget at. You know what I mean? Charlie coming in, bro. Charlie coming in with the suit, full suit.
You got to bring in Wilson Fisk. You got to bring in other whatever it is. So it's like just one shot that would like what did they tell us in that previous thing we were talking about the Nova that they looking at newer that they're weighing up whether to rework some of MCU shows currently in development into specials instead. It feels like Echo. That feels like the perfect one to rework into that type of format.
Yeah, because the special presentation is a follow-up, right? It's an update, right? At the end of the day. It's like, hey, I mean, even though with Man-Thing and Werewolf by Night, we didn't know these characters. But it almost, once you watch it, it almost feels like he literally says it like, hey man, just treat Man-Thing like I'm not this ain't spoiling nothing, but he's like, and it's a part in there where he's like, hey, when you talk to Man-Thing, just talk to him like an old friend. That's how I almost felt with these characters, like. Even though we've never seen them before, it's like we just checking in on two characters who already been there. You're not coming in like, man, damn, who is this? Why are they there? How did he get those powers? You know, you don't even got to answer that question. It feel like we getting dropped in, and we just getting an update on characters. Guardians of the Galaxy special presentation, Christmas special. We just gonna be dropping in, man, for Christmas. Like, hey, what are these characters doing? How big is Groot now? You know what I mean? How do they celebrate Christmas? We can do that with Echo. What is Echo up to now? She shot Wilson Fisk in the eye. What happened after that?
We can get a quick update on both of them. I don't need 6 episodes of them going at it.
Exactly. I don't need
if you tell me that
I don't need to know about her dating life. I don't need to know about how she, you know what I mean?
Yeah, to make 6 episodes work.
Yeah, just don't stretch it out.
Exactly. Yeah. Because we know I can tell you right now, if you're gonna do that 6 episodes, she gotta have somebody who can talk, right?
Because
you gotta have somebody who can talk. And that
with
person,
all due respect, that's true,
100%.
It's like Groot, right? It's like the same reason you wouldn't you can't necessarily do like a Groot show, like even though they did do the little shorts, but Groot works off of Rocket talking to him. Hey, what do you mean by that? Like Man-Thing, when you watch Werewolf by Night. Yeah, I'm kind of spoiling some of it.
Man-Thing
don't talk. Man-Thing don't talk, but you figure out, you know exactly what's going on because Werewolf talking to him like, hey man, what do you mean? Well, yeah, I think I do like her. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna need that with Echo. Somebody's gonna be just translating what, you know, like, well, you'll see the subtitles when she's doing sign language, but again, not to make this,
but you gotta have the dialogue, meaning like if she's gonna do it, you're gonna have, so let's say, like, to your point, you have a dating life, right? That somebody's gonna be her partner in this. That person is gonna be the person that's gonna take the L. So let's just write that off in this format. So they're gonna build this person up who's on her side, probably helping out, doing all this and all that, but they, you know, meaning like not helping her to talk, because she can obviously communicate through sign language.
Yeah, she can do everything.
But a partner, because she's gonna have to have a partner. And you know, when it's a female, you got to have a love interest, right? That's the trope, right? So you're gonna do those things, and that's gonna be the person that's gonna get killed in the end.
Yeah, he's gonna get clipped.
Yeah,
because her second in command already got.
Yeah, he caught it.
Yeah, he got.
He was the one doing. He was the one doing the talking.
He was the guy, man.
Yeah, he was the one doing the talking. So unless you're bringing in Daredevil to be with her and be on, like, she gonna show up in the show, like, is he gonna be the person helping her? This gonna ultimately be like a Daredevil prequel to his show, right? If you got to do that, because you got to have that other person who's actually going at it and giving us the audience dialogue, right? You do your one shot. You do your one shot. You can see her movements. You can see her doing this and doing that. You can have a person come in, but you don't have 6 episodes to drag that shit on. Then it's like, okay, so what are we doing? Now we can see this from a mile away. This is not really that entertaining. Because this was HBO doing it, I'll be like, okay, they gonna lay this out.
Oh no,
they have a track record of being able to handle these kind of shows. They
don't mess around.
I had that point. Think about all the shows. I should have said this last week. HBO shows are dope. Showtime shows are dope. Think about how many shows they throw in a trash can
all the time. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, MC probably not deliver. They probably got to throw ideas in the trash can.
Yeah.
But they doing the show.
Oh no, they doing the show.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
the show's coming out. Like She-Hulk, they didn't throw anything in the trash. She-Hulk, they threw it in the show. It was the opposite. They just took everything from the trash and was just like, nah, man, we're keeping up. What you do? You throw it.
What?
You put it on there.
Don't waste no thing. Do it against the end of the desk trying to get that thing straight. So we got to go to Comic-Con or something. We got an investor day coming up. Yeah. Hey, yo, what that? I thought do something away. Hey, man, pull that out.
Yeah.
She-Hulk.
What? Yeah.
Hawkeye Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Keep on.
Announce that, and then we figure that out there. Nothing's getting thrown away. So when you do these kind of,
they doing the show.
When you doing these like kind of characters, you be holding to that character, right? Well, it's like, all the stuff they come in HBO, they come in Showtime or whatever, whatever area that you seeing dope material, like the show getting put out when it comes to these people. They gonna do a such and such. It's like, or the movie or whatever, and it's like they probably turned down a bunch of movies. They got looking at, it's not lucky, other things hit where they like, oh, we're going to run with Iron Man, where conventional logic is like, you got to do Hulk first. You got to do an Iron Man hit. And it's like, okay, we could tell that story. We could tell it. When we get to these shows, like, hey, man, look, we can't do an Iron Man show. We can't do a Captain America show. We can't do a Thor show. We're not getting Hemsworth to do none of this stuff. We can't do none of that. So what we got in the bag, and we gonna make the Echo show. We gonna make the Agatha show. We gonna make an Ironheart show. And then it's like, not the Echo, stop. Man, Echo. Originally from the album Look What the Cat Dragged In. It was the band's and she's gonna keep talking. Echo, stop. So let's. I'm surprised that's the first time she went off. I got to go hit the mute on that one. Right. But with all those different properties, they're going to put them out, and then they're going to put them out. They're going to put them out, and I think that's the difference between, on top of having like a well-oiled system, but like you got to be on top of your A game to bring a show to them, and they're gonna run. Hell, they threw away House of Dragon. They threw away like a whole pilot.
They did. They filmed
like 20 mil. Like it was like 20 mil.
It was like Blood Moon. It was called.
So it ain't good enough. It ain't good enough,
bro. They said that shit was just so over the top. They were like, nah, we can't do this.
This ain't it. So I'm saying it ain't good enough. But they was at the end of the day, they were like, nah, this ain't it. So it might have been, like you say, it could have been whatever reasons.
They like, we're not going to invest. They just wasn't going. The budget it would have taken. It was like, we're not doing this. We're not moving forward.
I mean, think about that. And we can tell that some of the stuff that they've been putting out on this was like,
this probably shouldn't have came out, right?
Like, everything came out.
Yeah.
It's like, this was the best that y'all had. Like, there's no way. Like, no, we have to put it out. So we're going to figure out something.
And you made a good point earlier too, man. When you said everybody can't carry a television show, they got lucky with Olsen, right? Because Olsen was like, not only is she so dope at the character, she was willing to, all right, I'll do the TV show. She did it. She's really good with the character. She's really likable, man. But that's not the same for these other actors. Moon Knight guy is good, but. Yeah, like everybody can't carry a TV show, man. Like they really got lucky with her.
To your point, like Elizabeth Olsen, a star. Like
Yeah.
Like, that was actually thing. Like, oh, you gonna do the TV show?
It wasn't even in her. It probably wasn't even in her like.
You gonna do a TV
in her contract
show? Like
she
you
just
could
agreed,
do,
like I'll do it.
And she liked the character a lot, right? Like, but like you gonna do a TV show? That's actually a big. Like you probably could be taking this movie A, movie B.
She stuck with it.
Like
what I'm pretty sure was, like you said, she stuck with it probably off the strength of, hey, listen, this Doctor Strange movie is really your movie.
Yeah, this yours.
Just stick with us. Do this 6 episodes, whatever, how many episodes of WandaVision. This is for the character. She recognized, like, you know what? I got to tell this character story, and then I get my payoff with. Eventually, was she probably was looking at it as like House of M, like, which because she's really like, you know, she seems like she's knowledgeable about the character,
and she seemed like she on top of that, man.
Yeah,
so she got X noise and everything, X-Men noise and everything.
So she looking at it like, I know we going somewhere with this, and wherever I'm gonna end up is pretty dope. So let me go ahead and do this for the character, for the sake of the character development. She did WandaVision, and she ended with the Doctor Strange movie, which was huge. So it's like, you still a movie star, but stick with us on this one. She got the best TV show. I think we can.
Yeah, I think we can agree on that.
Yeah, we can agree on that. And which I don't know if it's going to be a season 2. I guess it has to be a season 2, I guess, because there's still Vision still out there. Wanda really not dead. So there's going to be a follow up to this at some point again. Maybe that's a special presentation. We don't know, but. Yeah, I think they got lucky with Olsen, man, because not everybody can do what she do, man. You know, the girl, again, and I'm with you. I like the show. I like the Ms. Marvel show. I ended up liking it. I was like, damn, this is pretty good. Like, this is pretty good character development and everything. Her family was in there. Her family was likable. Her dad, I liked it. But she's not Elizabeth. You know, she's not Olsen. You know, she's not on that same level yet. So
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's asking a lot, and I think they probably did the. I cut you. My bad. You had a point you were about to make.
No, I was just gonna say real quick. The point I'm making is this girl like Riri and Echo, man. Like we don't know, man. Like we don't know if they're gonna be like. More than likely, they're not gonna be able to carry this show because it's gonna depend on them, right? They're not always gonna be in the suit, even though the Echo don't really got a suit. And it's not gonna require like a huge budget. She don't wear a mask. She kind of just out there like doing whatever she do. But with Riri, man, she gonna have to be out of the suit a lot because they're gonna play these tricks because of the budget. They're not just gonna have her flying around the suit for 6 episodes. So they're gonna play. So we're gonna have to rely on this actress and this character. That's gonna be a struggle, man. I don't know.
Yeah, and yeah, you said it. You said a point. I think I was thinking one of the things that helped the Ms. Marvel from a carrying a show standpoint is they did a really good job with her family. Like her family was the story, right? So when she couldn't, and she really was just CGI with the hands, like you say, she's not so dependent on a suit like Riri will be, right? Like the thing is the suit, right? It'd be like having the Spider-Man show. And Spider-Man's never in the suit, right? Which would suck. Like he don't ever do anything. You know, like you say, less and less on even the movies. He was and this is a Spider-Man suit, right? His mask was off an awful lot, right?
Oh, he took his mask off a lot.
Yeah, an awful lot. Like you know, they movie stars. They want to show they want to show.
Yeah, that's a part of the. Yeah,
it's always a thing. Yeah. But like, he was always in movies. It would suck that like, I mean, we just had a great example with She-Hulk, and we have an example with trying to think it was another Moon Knight. Moon Knight is the perfect one. We got so much of the show where he was not Moon Knight. It was a point where, like, I don't know at what episode we were in, where it was only 3 minutes that he had total. Like episodes in, it was 3 minutes that he had been in the suit total. And I'm like, wow, man, we like episode 4 or 5, and he only been in the suit for a total of that many minutes. So you get those kind of things where it's like, and this is Oscar Isaac, right? This is
great actor, but.
You had to play 2 or 3 characters.
And he did
great. Talk about budget.
He did as good as he could with what he got, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's not a slouch at all. Like he
should have been a one shot. Oh, that should have been a
man.
one shot.
Imagine he should have been a one shot, bro. He should have been. You could have got all, the 2 suits because it was only 2 suits, but you could have got 2 suits, and you could have threw the girl in there with her suit or whatever too. That would have been a dope presentation where you could have that night where he first turned to Moon Knight. All that could have been in one shot, man. All that could have been one shot.
Started from that point.
You could have skipped out on the villain too. You could have. As great as that villain was.
Point,
yeah.
Started at that point and then just rocked from there. Like, okay, that's how he became. And then we seen that in the beginning, and then we might get to the point where he waking up and not knowing where he at, and then we just rock. That would have been a perfect one shot.
And you can even have a cliffhanger too. Yeah.
All the money that you put into that, right? You could have him in a suit fighting, doing these things, dealing with what he's dealing with. And like you say, it could have been, instead of having 6 episodes, right? You have 2 one-shots. You have the one shot, and then next year the other one come out, like you say, cliffhanger at the end, him trying to still figure out his own internal thing. Maybe the second one shot is when you deal with how he became the way he was, dealing with his mom's, what his mom's was doing. And that's the second one. Now you get into the more interpersonal.
Yes.
But he's still Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see Ironheart showing she's not Ironheart. Call it Riri.
It's called Riri.
I'm hating on before it happened. My point is, I think these are things, and back to your questions, what we weren't really talking about. We're gonna move on to this next topic. But the thing is, I think these are opportunities to, basically, when your question, these are opportunities to kind of redirect. There's some of these that could be TV shows, but you still gotta have a dog doing that TV show.
Yeah.
Everything else can be you had your one shot, because they're gonna end up in the movies. We know they ended up in the movie.
Yeah, and then we only looking for that. Like, again, just to reiterate on my point earlier, we only really looking for one episode of Echo.
That's it.
We know the one. Listen, we'll know by the first episode what episode we looking for. Did we not know that with Hawkeye? We knew right away once we saw Fisk hands come into the picture. Hey man, I'm just waiting for when y'all fight Fisk, man. I'm waiting. I don't know when I'm gonna get that. I'm just waiting for my 55 with Fisk.
I think
when we saw WandaVision, you knew, like, hey, we saw our brother come in. He was like, oh, I'm just waiting for the reveal. I'm just waiting for him to tell me who the hell he is. And that's probably not even the best example, because she. I'm just waiting.
I was waiting for my. Hey man, I wish I could get a shirt, man. We need merch. We need a merch store, man, and that's the first shirt we'll have merch.
We'll have merch eventually. Man, yeah,
I need my 55.
Man, give me my 55 with Fisk, my guys. It's just
hey, man, don't steal our ideas.
Right.
Hey man, that's a shirt, man. Like, hey man, you putting out a show, because everyone has been like that. Once they said big guy, or when they said the big guy, we knew who he was getting to. Hey man, I need my 55 with Fisk. Man.
55 with Fisk.
I need my 55 with every show. I need my 55. Let me just get to the 55.
That's it. We'll know when we see Riri pop up. There'll be some mention of, hey, I think we're sending you in some help. Who? From who? Some guy named Rhodey. Just give me my 55 Rhodey, man. I know what I'm getting to. Give me my team up episode where y'all just destroying all these. Y'all going up against drones or whatever CG army y'all going up against.
Never lie, man. You ain't
just give me my team up with Rhodey. I know that's the one. The one shot is already there. So why are we wasting?
Why are we building 4 and 5 episodes around the one shot?
Trying to do something that y'all are not equipped to do anyway. Y'all don't have the time, the budget, or the writers. Y'all not gonna pay the writers to really, like. Again, y'all not gonna pay the writers to give me an Andor.
Yeah.
They paid that dude, man. They let that dude do his thing, man. They brought him back. We're not getting that with the MCU and all these shows. Like, we don't even have that. That don't even exist. We don't have a bunch of Tony Gilroys running around that's gonna come in and utilize 45 minutes the way that this dude is doing with Andor. We're not gonna get that with Ironheart. So we know y'all not gonna do that. So less is more. You better off just give me my 55.
Let me give my 55 with Rhodey, man.
That's it, man.
Damn, I wish someone look at that schedule and be like, who's the 55?
That's it. Who getting the 55? Every show is like that, bro. Every show you just looking for that 55.
Let's keep it a buck.
55 minutes.
let's keep it a buck. When Loki was out, I mean, let me get my 55 with Kang, man.
Let
me get my 55 with Kang, man.
When he who remains. Let me get my 50, and that's Kang, man. We was like, let me get my 50. Get me to the 55 episode, man. Why y'all wasting my time? Man. All this talking and storytelling, and hey, I'm so you're so amazing. You did this by yourself. Yeah, you made it out. You know, man. Come on, man. Hurry up and give me the He Who Remains, man. Give me my 55, man. Where y'all going to the what was the forgotten? What was the land where when you got
it was the what they call that damn area? I done forgot, man.
Yeah, man.
What they call that shit? The Citadel or something?
Something like that, man.
What was it called? I can't remember the name of that space where they was at.
But all that.
Let me get my 55 with Kang. We know he's coming, man. Let me get my 55 with Kang, man. Just let me get my 55.
Trim the fat off, man. I don't need all this goofiness, him getting constantly kicked in the nuts and all this stuff, man. I don't even need all. I really, you take that away. You fan, because I guarantee you, we already saw it. You can fan edit all these seasons down to 55 minutes.
Yeah, that 55 you need.
Pretty sure you can. It might end up being one episode. Like, you might just end up fan editing like 1 or 2 episodes together, but you probably can fan edit She-Hulk down to 55 minutes.
Dude, I watched the damn Obi-Wan Kenobi fan edit the other day.
Oh, yeah. That's dope. Yeah.
Baby girl with Reva was so much better than that because they cut all that little extra mannerisms and this and that.
Yeah, man.
They kept it to what she said in the screen cut and different things. And it was like she didn't show back up, right? She ended when Vader stabbed her, you know what I mean? When he hit her with the saber, the things she was doing, it was like that was so much a better character because they trimmed some of the things around. All the little extra mannerisms and lookaways and,
like you said, stretching it out, stretching the season out, spreading it thin into 6 episodes. You're not equipped to do that.
Not equipped to
do Andor's the opposite.
Talented to do that, man.
Andor's like, man, Andor is dense, compact into how many? What is it? 12? Yeah, 12 episodes. But let's just say that 6 episodes in, we 5, I think, but 5 episodes in,
6.
Bro, that thing is like they done like compressed all these subplots, all this dialogue, all this every minute is used. Every minute. You can't skip over nothing. You can't look away. You can't watch this show. Man, listen. All these other shows, like you said, you was folding clothes the one time you was watching the show. You can fold. Hey man, you can clean your house on some of these shows. You can't do that on I tried to do that with Andor, bro. I had to stop what I was doing. Like, oh wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let me hit the 10. The 15-second toggle back. You know what I mean? Where you go back, rewind.
15.
Nah, I can't skip over none of this.
Yeah.
The last episode, I'm like, I can't miss none of it. But the point I'm making is, though, you're not equipped to really write these 6 episode arcs. So you might as well, less is more. You might as well just compact it into that 55, man, because that's what we're looking for anyway.
I don't think the shows they wanting to do, like you said, I don't think the shows they want to do, because there's only so many things you can put out. I don't think what you're wanting to put out is bad. I think the way you're trying to do it is. Yes, these aren't characters that can get full movies, but let's not belittle TV like that. A lot of these characters aren't full TV show characters. So you do a quick. I mean, you do that, you put it out, and then you move forward. Like, and you put all that energy that's saying, okay, maybe whatever it costs us this much to do this show, right? We're gonna do 6 seasons. How about we do 1 long episode? I don't care if it go. You give me from 55. Word to 55, 55 to 75.
That's gonna be the title.
And you
55.
Fisk, man. Hey, that is so incredible. Because that's what it's all about. You do that, and I just think it's, again, outside of a couple characters, man, they get the 55. I mean, it's a lot of content y'all putting out. It's not like you only doing 2 things and like, man, we need more content. Like, no, y'all got fucking 12 releases coming out this year. Hey man, put the one shots. Other things get the TV shows, or and the best idea gets the TV show, right? And I'm talking like not. Yeah. Let me change. A great idea.
A great idea get the TV show, right?
They probably already did the best ideas, and some of these probably was the best. Like, woo, like y'all wasn't supposed to do the show. Like everybody ain't y'all got it off the brand, but like like we just not so goofy that we gonna take anything. Like at some point in time, it's gonna be like, man, I'm cool, man.
Like, but just look at like you said earlier. We talked about, and they said in the article. Look how much life, how long of a tale Werewolf by Night got compared to the last 7 episodes of She-Hulk. Like,
Facts.
No, I can't tell you anything about the last. Nobody can really, outside of like just the goofy, like this the super cringy stuff. Nobody really, and I know we end up dumping on She-Hulk. I hate to just keep dumping on it. I'll pull out any show, any of the shows. Can you remember really anything that happened outside of the fight with Fisk? Can you really remember anything that happened in that show outside of that 55?
You talking about Hawkeye?
Yeah, Hawkeye. What I say? Yeah, the Hawkeye. Right. That's what I'm saying. Any of the shows, Moon Knight. Outside of a few episodes, do you really remember anything that happens? Whereas are we still talking about Moon Knight? We're not really. Other than like this conversation we have right now, they're not still talking about how great Moon Knight was. They weren't talking about those episodes the way that we're talking about Werewolf by Night. That's making waves. Like a lot of people was impressed by it.
Yeah.
That's a special presentation. 55 minutes and people still talking about it. It's been out almost like a week now. It's pretty good. Like we still talking about it. We're not doing that with She-Hulk and these television shows.
You do movies in one shots well. Like we know that. Yeah. So do that. Do that. There's nothing wrong with do that, man.
Do it.
We do that, man. Make quality, man. Make quality until you can figure out like.
And it still supports Disney Plus.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
it's not like you leaving Disney. Yeah. It's not like you leaving Disney Plus. My bad.
No, exactly. And it's like we're not like, that they ain't got no. They just putting like these one shots hit. Like, oh no, y'all got. Did you see that? What's the name of it? Because these other shows are not making you. Some of these other ones are not making you go talk to somebody like and be like, hey man, you got to make sure. It ain't doing what WandaVision was doing. Let's just keep it a buck. Like Wanda was like, hey man, like they were doing a good job of that when these other ones are not doing that. And the quality has really sunk in lower and lower and lower.
Yeah,
this is not what they're doing.
It's not a good way.
TV shows, you're reliant on the writers. That's why sometimes they make a mistake when somebody direct a great episode of something, and then they go ahead and give them a TV show.
Exactly.
It was the writing that did that. The writing and the acting. Now, using some of these other shows, like there are different things that somebody did in. Would you say
Ryan Johnson? Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, things Ryan like that. Johnson, we're gonna do this. We're going to give them that. And it was like, no, they were good in what they did. Like, that don't mean you give them, they have to prove other things. Did they write that episode?
Point.
Did they do this? Because that's what really mattered in the TV is the writing and the performance that you got.
And people have brought that up. That's a great point. People have brought that up before. Like, a lot of the work that these writers do when they do these great episodes or they direct these great episodes, if they directors, a lot of it is beholden on them being under like a producer that kept them under control.
Mm-hmm.
When you hand over the reins and be like, all right, man, it's all on you. You know what I mean? You make all the calls now. You can whatever liberties you want to take, it's on you, man. And there's no oversight, there's nobody on top of them. That you end up getting situations like this. Like the chick, I don't want to keep talking about She-Hulk, I swear, but I'm just saying, like that chick, I don't even think the writers are that bad. It's just that it's like, man, you ain't really got a boss though. You ain't really got nobody holding you accountable for this. That chick was on Rick and Morty, man. Like the chick that's on She-Hulk now. Like
Jessica Chow.
Yeah, like that's a successful show, man. I don't think she just a slouch. Like I don't think she just, you know what I mean? Like I don't think they just pulled her out of nowhere. Like
no, yeah, right. Like
I think she got some talent, but I don't think it's somebody like you got to check her though. You got to hold people. Just like if you at your job, you might have a manager under you that's like really good at what he do. He got really good ideas, and he execute his ideas. But he also got ideas where you be like, where you had to come in and be like, Nah, bro, that ain't gonna work. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Real life,
Hey,
yeah.
because man, our budget really ain't. Nah, no, everybody can't. No, everybody can't get computers. Everybody can't get iPads. Why?
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah.
Because we can't afford it, man. It's not in the budget.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not signing off on that. So figure out another way. So you end up forcing these guys,
That's real tough.
just like the writers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You end up forcing these guys to figure stuff out instead of just telling them like, nah, do what you want to do, which I think they did with She-Hulk, and that's how you get there. But the point I'm making is,
but most of them, I think,
you need oversight, man. You need a producer. You need somebody on top of you sometimes.
It sounds like that's what was happening all together. What we've been saying is it sounds like that's what been happening with Phase 4. Is that
with Phase 4? Yeah, that's
overall he
for the overall point.
Yeah, right. Now they trying to. It
looks
like they're trying to get back to the story. Like, look, this is the story we tell it.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, right? My bad, but correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about this because I could have swore. Because can we really say? And I think he got the job, and like I think it happened in Phase 3. But isn't Kevin like? Didn't Kevin kind of like lose Didn't he lose a boss somewhere between 3 and 4?
Yeah, it was. They did a
was it Perlmutter or
somebody? Because I think like right at the end of Bob Iger's run,
but he got more power though.
He eliminated a level.
Yeah,
right. And then Feige didn't have to report to anybody but up to him.
Right.
So, it eliminated a level. And then
how much of that? Yeah, how much of that is playing?
So like now he going and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna let." As example, they start doing the shift and all these things that happened. The one person he tabbed to do something else was the dude who did WandaVision. Like, look, I gotta get back more involved, right? But I'm gonna let you go write this. I trust like you understand what we trying to do the most. You're gonna go write this. I'm hoping that we get something soon that we saying Ryan Coogler is going to get the secret invasion or secret wars, but we'll see what will happen, right? But with that being said, like it sounded like everybody was getting to bed, but okay, we got to try something with this MC. Let's see if our infrastructure is so strong that we can have Jessica Childs do this. We can have Sam Raimi do this. We can have Taika do his own thing, right? We can have such and such do their own thing. Think about it. The people who did most of Ms. Marvel got cut over at Warner Brothers for the Batgirl thing.
Great point.
They cut them. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
Yeah, they cut them. Like they cut the movie, cut everything. You get what I'm saying? Like they were the ones doing the movie.
Wow.
Right. Like, no, everybody can't just have free reign. For whatever the reason they cut the movie at the end of the day, you can't these kind of you gotta have. So hopefully that's what it's seeming. But